Look at me for a moment. I want to ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. When was the last time someone said something that just set you off? Maybe it was your partner, maybe your boss, maybe some stranger online who doesn't even know you. What happened in your body? Did your chest get tight? Did heat rush up your neck? Did your hands clench into fists? Come on, don't look away. We've all been there. I've been there. Last week, actually, someone questioned my teaching in front of my students, and I felt that old familiar fire in my chest after 40 years of practice. So if you're sitting there thinking you're the only one who loses it sometimes, you're not. Trust me on this. But here's what I need you to understand right now, and this is so important. Your reactions are not who you are. They're just habits, patterns, like water carving channels in stone over years and years. And listen carefully. If water can carve stone, you can change these patterns. You really can. The Buddha said something that completely transformed my life. He said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." Do you hear what he's saying? It's not about karma or some cosmic payback. It's about what you do to yourself every single time you explode, every time you shut down, every time you react without thinking. How much of your life have you lost to reaction? Be honest. How many relationships have been damaged? How many nights have you spent replaying conversations, wishing you'd done it differently? How much peace have you thrown away because you couldn't help yourself? I'm going to teach you something across these chapters that changed everything for me. Real inner strength, not the kind where you pretend you're fine, not the kind where you just swallow everything. No, no, no. The strength to actually meet your life with awareness, the strength to pause, the strength to choose. This won't be easy. I'm not going to lie to you, but I promise you this: stay with me, practice what I share, and you'll discover a freedom you didn't even know existed. You've got everything you need already inside you, right now. I'm just going to help you remember it. Take a breath with me. Feel it. That's where we begin. Close your eyes for a second. Actually, do it right now. I want you to imagine a pond with me. Beautiful, still water. You can see straight to the bottom, right? Every pebble, every fish, crystal clear. Now throw a rock in there. What happens? Ripples everywhere. Suddenly you can't see anything clearly. Everything's distorted. That's your mind when you're reactive. That's what's happening to you. Let me tell you what's really going on in your brain when someone cuts you off in traffic, or your teenager slams a door, or your boss sends that email. There's this ancient part of your brain. Scientists call it the amygdala, but forget the name. It's basically an alarm system. It was designed thousands of years ago to keep you alive when actual tigers were chasing you. Fight or flight. React first, ask questions later. Makes sense, right? Except here's the problem. That same system treats an angry email like a tiger. Your mother-in-law's criticism? Tiger. Someone disagreeing with you? Tiger. Your kid spilling juice on your laptop? You guessed it, tiger. And here's what I've learned working with people for decades. Your brain really doesn't know the difference. I'm serious. That's why your heart pounds the same way, whether you're in actual danger or just thinking about a conversation you need to have tomorrow. Think about that. Your body is preparing to run from a predator because of a thought. A thought. This isn't your fault, by the way. You didn't design this system. None of us did. We inherited it. I'm dealing with it too. Just yesterday, someone questioned my teaching methods and boom, my whole body tensed up after all these years. The difference? I saw it happening. I didn't become it. I watched it like I'd watch clouds passing by. The Buddha talked about this. He called it tanha, this grasping, this desperate wanting for things to be different than they are. Every reaction you have comes from this. Someone insults you, you want respect. Traffic slow, you want it moving. You're in pain, you want it gone. Do you see? The reaction isn't really about what's happening. It's about the gap between what is and what you want. But here's the beautiful part. Once you understand how this works, you stop being controlled by it. You start seeing your reactions like weather. Clouds don't define the sky, my friends, and your reactions don't define you. Let that sink in. Let me tell you a story. 30 years ago, I'm in the monastery, trying so hard to be a good monk, and there's this other monk who kept coughing during meditation every single day. Cough, cough, cough. And I'm sitting there getting more and more angry, more judgmental, thinking, can't he control himself? Is he doing this on purpose? I was about to say something harsh, something I'd regret, and my teacher just looked at me and said one word, space. That's it, space. And my friends, this might be the most important thing I ever teach you. Viktor Frankl, this man survived the concentration camps, unimaginable suffering. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Do you hear what he's saying? That space between what happens and what you do about it, that's where your freedom lives. That's where everything changes. Right now, try this with me. Take a breath. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 3 seconds. That's all it takes to change your entire life. I'm not exaggerating. You know what happens in those 3 seconds? Your smart brain, your prefrontal cortex gets a chance to wake up. The tiger alarm quiets down. You remember who you actually are, not just what you're feeling. I've watched this save marriages. This woman came to me, we'll call her Maria. She was about to divorce her husband. Every disagreement became World War III. I gave her one assignment. Pause for 3 breaths before responding when you're upset. That's all, just 3 breaths. 6 months later, she's crying in my office. You saved my marriage, she said. I didn't save anything. She did. Those 3 breaths gave her back her power to choose. Listen to me carefully. The pause is not about stuffing your feelings down. It's not about pretending you're not angry or hurt. No, no, no. It's about giving yourself the gift of choice. It's about remembering you have options. Here's what I want you to practice today. Next time you feel that surge, anger, fear, frustration, whatever, just notice it. Don't fight it. Don't judge yourself for feeling it. Just take 3 conscious breaths. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the air in your lungs. That's the practice. Simple? Yes. Easy? Not always. Worth it? I promise you, absolutely. Your freedom lives in that pause. Don't let anyone take it away. I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. For the first 10 years of my practice, 10 years, I was trying to get rid of my difficult emotions. I thought being a good Buddhist meant no anger, no fear, no jealousy, just peace and compassion 24/7. You know what happened? I became miserable, more tense, more judgmental of myself than I'd ever been before. Then one day my teacher said something that changed everything. Tenzin, you're going to war with yourself, and in war, everybody loses. Be honest with yourself right now. How much energy have you wasted trying not to feel what you feel? Trying to fix yourself? Trying to be someone who never gets angry or scared? How's that working out for you, really? Here's what I learned, and I need you to really hear this. Your emotions are not the enemy. They're messengers, every single one. even the uncomfortable ones, especially the uncomfortable ones. When anger shows up, that's not a problem to solve. It's information. Maybe someone crossed a boundary. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you need to speak up about something important. When anxiety grips your chest, that's not weakness. It's your system trying to protect you, trying to keep you safe. It just doesn't always know that you're not actually in danger right now. Try something radical with me. Next time a difficult emotion shows up, and it will, I promise you, instead of pushing it away, get curious. Yes, curious, like you're meeting an old friend. Oh, hello, anxiety. There you are again. What are you trying to tell me? What do you need? Just like that. See what happens. This is what the Buddha called khanti, tender acceptance, not tolerating your emotions like some burden, actually welcoming them with compassion. Now listen, this doesn't mean you act on every emotion. Feeling angry doesn't mean you get to lash out. Feeling scared doesn't mean you avoid everything. You're not your emotions. But you don't have to fight them either. I've watched people's whole lives transform when they stop going to war with themselves, when they meet their inner experience with the same kindness they'd offer a frightened child. You deserve that kindness too. You really do. So right now, whatever you're feeling, can you just let it be here? Can you breathe with it instead of against it? Can you be curious about it instead of judging it? Try it, just for one breath. That's all I'm asking. Look at me. Right now, in this exact moment, do you know what's actually happening to you? I don't mean the content of what I'm saying. I mean the actual experience of being you right now. Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Are you breathing shallow or deep? Is your mind already planning dinner? Be honest with me. This is sati, mindful awareness. And my friends, this is the foundation of everything. Without this, everything else I'm teaching you is just nice ideas that never change anything. I spent my first 5 years in the monastery completely lost in thought, sitting there in meditation, but actually replaying arguments from last week, planning conversations I needed to have, judging myself for not being better at meditation. It was exhausting. Then one day, my teacher asked me, "Tenzin, where are you right now?" I started to answer about the meditation hall, and he stopped me. "No, where is your mind? Your body is here, but you left us 20 minutes ago." He was right. I wasn't present for my own life. Here's what you need to understand. Your mind is like a movie theater, constantly playing reruns of the past or previews of the future. But life only happens now. This breath, this moment, this sensation in your body right here. Every unconscious reaction starts with unawareness. Think about it. Can you react unconsciously if you're fully aware? Can you explode in anger if you're actually watching anger arise? It's impossible. You can't watch the movie and be in the movie at the same time. Let me give you something practical. I want you to do this several times today. Just stop whatever you're doing. Take one full breath. Then ask yourself 3 questions. What am I thinking right now? What am I feeling right now? What am I sensing in my body right now? That's it. 10 seconds. But in those 10 seconds, you come home to yourself. You wake up from the trance. I've taught this to CEOs, to students, to parents, to people in prison. The context doesn't matter. The principle is always the same. Awareness is your superpower. It's the light that transforms everything it touches. Don't just believe me, try it right now, this very second. Feel your breath, notice your posture. Where is your mind? Can you just be here, not thinking about here, actually being here? Welcome back to your life, my friends. You've been gone too long. Let me tell you about a moment that taught me everything about choice. I was walking in the city maybe 20 years ago, still wearing my robes. This guy comes up to me, spits at my feet, calls me terrible names. I mean really vile stuff. The old me, that would have destroyed me. The anger would have consumed me for weeks. But something different happened. I felt the anger rising. Yes, it was there. But I also felt this space opening up, this question appearing. What do I want to do with this? And my friends, that question changed everything. Most people think freedom means doing whatever you want. But real freedom, true inner strength, is being able to choose your response even when every part of you wants to react. Even when it feels impossible, someone criticizes you, you've got options. You can defend yourself, you can listen and learn, you can walk away, you can ask questions, you can take time to think. 5 different responses right there, maybe 10. But when you're unconscious, when you're reactive, you only see one option, attack or collapse. Listen to me carefully. You are not a victim of your conditioning. Yes, you have patterns. Yes, you have triggers. I have them too. But you also have the capacity to see those patterns and choose differently right now, today. Let me give you a practice I use every single day. When something triggers you, before you respond, ask yourself 3 questions. What would wisdom do right now? What would love do right now? What would my highest self do right now? Not what feels good in the moment, not what's easiest, not what proves you're right. What would actually serve your peace, your growth, your relationships? I had a student, his teenage daughter screamed at him that she hated him. His automatic response, yell back, shut it down, show her who's boss. But he paused, he asked himself, what would love do? And he said quietly, I hear that you're really upset. I'm here when you want to talk. That's it. She stopped screaming, started crying. They actually talked for the first time in months. That's the power of choice, my friends. You have it right now. You've always had it. The only question is, will you use it? Your reactions don't control you anymore, not unless you let them. And I'm telling you right now, you don't have to let them. You're stronger than you think. My dear friends, what if I told you that peace isn't something you need to find? What if peace is what you are when you stop disturbing yourself? Stay with me here. This is really important. I used to think inner peace meant being calm all the time. Never upset, never triggered, like some enlightened being floating above human experience, untouched by life. You know what that is? That's fantasy. And it kept me suffering for years. Real peace, unshakable peace, isn't the absence of storms. It's knowing you're not the storm. You're the sky the storm passes through. Do you hear what I'm saying? Think about it. Your body has experienced thousands of sensations in your life, millions, pleasure, pain, tension, relaxation. But the awareness that knows these sensations, that's always been here, unchanged, untouched. That awareness is your true nature. That's what the Buddha was pointing to. That's the peace that nothing can disturb because it was never disturbed in the first place. I know this sounds abstract. Let me make it practical. Close your eyes right now. Actually do it. Feel whatever you're feeling. Stress, restlessness, curiosity. Now notice who is aware of that feeling, who's watching it. That watching presence, that's you, the real you, not the emotions, not the thoughts, not the reactions, the awareness itself. Here's what I practice every day, and I want you to try it. Throughout your day, especially when things get hard, Drop into that awareness, just for a breath, just for a moment. Ask yourself, who is aware of this? When someone cuts you off in traffic, who's aware of the anger when your child won't listen? Who's aware of the frustration when you're drowning in your to-do list? Who's aware of the overwhelm? Every time you do this, you're resting in your true nature. You're touching that unshakable peace. And the more you do it, the more you realize it was always here. You just forgot. We all did. I've seen people's lives completely transform with this practice, not because their circumstances changed, but because they stopped identifying with their circumstances. They stopped being tossed around by every wave and remembered they are the ocean. You are not your reactions, my friends. You never were. You are the awareness that watches the reactions come and go. Let yourself rest in that truth, even for just one breath. That's enough. That's more than enough. Welcome home. My dear friends, look at me. We've walked quite a journey together through these chapters, and now I want to bring it all home. Right here, right now, to your actual life, to the moment you close this book and step back into the world. Because here's the thing, and I need you to really hear this. All the wisdom in the world doesn't matter if you don't live it. If it stays in your head as nice ideas, but never transforms how you actually show up. So let me ask you something. Who do you want to be? Not who you think you should be, not who your parents wanted, not who society expects, but who does your deepest self long to be? Someone who reacts unconsciously to every trigger, or someone who meets life with awareness and choice, someone controlled by emotions, or someone who can hold their emotions with compassion while choosing wise action? I'll be honest with you. After 40 years of practice, I still get triggered. Just last week my plans got disrupted and I felt irritation rising in my chest. The difference is I don't become the irritation anymore. I don't let it run my life. I see it, I feel it, I choose how to respond. That's inner strength, not perfection, not some superhuman ability to never feel difficult emotions, but the capacity to meet whatever arises with awareness, compassion, and wisdom. Here's what I want you to take from our time together. You already have everything you need. The pause, the awareness, the choice, the peace. It's all right here, right now, within you. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to remember who you truly are. Start small. 3 conscious breaths when you feel triggered. Notice your emotions with curiosity instead of judgment. Ask what wisdom would do. Drop into awareness when life gets overwhelming. Practice, practice, practice. And be patient with yourself. This is a lifetime journey. There will be days you forget everything I've taught you. Days you react exactly like you always have. That's okay. That's not failure. That's being human. What matters is you keep coming back, keep practicing, keep choosing. I promise you this. Every moment of awareness matters. Every conscious breath counts. Every time you choose presence over reaction, you're transforming not just yourself, but everyone you touch. You're not alone in this. We're all walking this path together. Go in peace, my friends. Trust yourself. Trust the practice. Trust that you have the strength within you to meet whatever life brings. You always have. You always will. Now go show the world what inner strength really looks like.